All right, guys, let's jump right in. So today we are identifying whether a function is increasing or decreasing, and you're going to find the min and the max of a function. All right, first, a function is increasing if it is going up and to the right. So that is going to be a positive slope. A function is decreasing when it is going down and to the right. So that's a negative slope. So we're always moving from left to right. And then a function is constant when it's a horizontal line. So again, we're always looking at it moving from left to right. All right, so for this, we're going to identify the values where y is increasing. And we want to do this in interval notation, which was covered in the last section of notes. So that's where we have A and B, or the brackets, depending on what we're talking about. So here we're going to identify the x values where y is increasing. So it's increasing for y, but x is the values of what we're talking about. So we can see it starts at -4 and then ends at 0 for that increasing, and then it stops and turns to something else. So the way that we're going to write that is it starts at -4 and ends at 0. Now you might have a question, why do we have parentheses versus brackets? And the reason for that is because -4 and 0, it doesn't include. So it's not still increasing at -4 or at 0. Those are the starting and ending points. So that is why it's not included. Oh my goodness. Okay, then oops. All right, so then for decreasing, it's the x values from 2 to 4, and then where it's constant is from 0 to 2. Now, it's confusing because we're paying attention to our y values, but really it's the x values that are written for interval notation. Okay, so now we're going to talk about relative max and relative mins. I'm actually going to change my pen size because it's kind of driving me nuts. Jeez. Okay. It says a relative max, or I'm sorry, a relative or local. So these are synonyms here. And those maxes and mins are going to occur whenever a function changes direction. So you could have several maxes and mins within one. So a local max is going to be when it goes from increasing to decreasing. This makes sense because if we go from increasing and then it goes to decreasing, we have a high point. All right, then a local min is the opposite. It goes from decreasing to increasing. Again, I'm just going to show you visual of that. We're decreasing and then we're increasing, so we have a low point there. Again, I want to reiterate that local or relative maxes or mins, we're mostly going to use the word local, occur whenever there's a change in direction. So it's not the lowest point and it's not necessarily the highest point, but it's whenever it changes direction. Okay, so here we're going to talk about where the function is increasing. So it's a little harder because we don't have our values here. So starting at -3 going to 1 is where our function starts and stops. So from here to here, we can see that it's increasing. It's increasing at different levels, but it is still increasing. So that is from the x value of -2 to 0. All right, we're going to pause the video here, and you're going to say everywhere it's decreasing. Here's a hint, it's in 2 places. All right, then you're going, I guess I should give the answer for that. So what that is it's going to be from -3 to -2 is where it's decreasing, and then again from 0 to 1. 0 to 1. And again, you're listing the x values for those. All right, here we're going to list the ordered pair for the local max. I hate yellow, at least for this. Okay, so anywhere where it's going from increasing to decreasing is going to be a local max. So it's decreasing here, increasing and decreasing. So right here, so we've got down, up, down, just labeling it like that so you can see. And so 0, 0 is the ordered pair for the local max. And then for the local min, it's where it goes from decreasing to increasing. So it's going to be at -2, -4. Okay. So that's, I think, all of our notes for today. Real easy set of notes. It's just a matter of knowing those definitions. So make sure you review those.